Good morning everybody. So with today's video, I'm going to give you 10 designers for life. So I've been doing a few videos such as this morning. I just don't know which one is going to go out first, but this will not be in any numerical order. Most of these you can still get online, but there's going to be a few of them that you can't. Well, you can, but for over the top prices, such as the first one, Gucci Bottom Der. At one time, you can get this for like $30, $40. Now it's like $200 plus. This is one that I will always have in my collection. This has a lot of black tea and violet leaf along with bergamot. It's got a little bit of cinnamon and pimento, but there's myrrh, tobacco, and musk. It's classy, it's old school, it's gentlemanly. This will never go out of style, and if you have a bottle, count your blessings. Count yourself lucky, because as I said, this is just, it's harder to come by, and on eBay the prices have just shot up. I'm sure that there's a few, like, if you can get this for the cheap, it might be a knockoff. I'm just saying, I don't know. But this one here, just that tobacco, that tea, and that violet is really nice. A little bit of the warm spices. Overall, it's just, as I stated, a mature, classy fragrance that's a little old school. This is pretty much just a spring and fall fragrance. This one is a high heat summer banger. It is a limited edition, but you could still get it right now. Lacoste L1212 Blanc Rolling Garros. I was blown away when I first smelled this because it has so much finger lime and parsley. You wouldn't think that the two together, the lime and the parsley, would just add this extra layer of freshness and greenery. But there's also star anise, there is eucalyptus, clary sage, sage, cedar, and clay. The eucalyptus in this is actually kind of nice. I'm not a eucalyptus lover at all. There is a little bit of bergamot or some sort of citrus as well. But overall, just lime, parsley, and the eucalyptus. The three together, just amazing. And maybe some of y'all might get that clay. I don't even know what that is supposed to smell like. But the clay itself is supposed to be after the Roland Garros Stadium. Number 3 came out in 2012. When I first smelled it, I was like, oh, definitely not for me. But it grew on me. And I will always have this. Victor All Spice Bomb, the original. There are other ones out there, such as the Dark Leather, came out this year in 2024. Great scent. You have the Extreme, which has more vanilla apparently, which is kind of funny because yes, I do get the vanilla, but I don't get it as much as so many people say. This, however, is just saffron, it's cinnamon, it's nutmeg, paprika, pink pepper. There is a little bit of elemi to add this resinous touch. There is tobacco, leather, and vetiver. What it pretty much is, just a whole lot of spices. Take spices and you're throwing it in someone's face with some tobacco and a little bit of leather. But for the most part, spices, spices, spices. This is super versatile, like black tea, leather jacket, all the way to a tuxedo. This is fall and winter. Next fragrance came out a few years ago, I think in 2022. This stuff here is just fantastic. It's not original. It does have some DNA of another popular fragrance, but that fragrance is going to be Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. The fragrance that I'm talking about that has some similarities is going to be Dior Homme Intense, or even Valentino Uomo Intense, which itself copied off of DHI. This does have that DHI feel because it has the iris. The iris in this is waxy, it's powdery, but what makes this a little bit different is going to be the whiskey along with the chestnut. There is a little bit of woods, a little bit of amber, and a short-lived bergamot in the opening, but overall, iris, warm, woody, a little ambery with a little bit of booze. It's not in the forefront, it's more in the background, that boozy accord. But fantastic. This is long lasting. I'm talking 10 plus hours. Super versatile. It's not masculine. It's more of the gently type of masculine. Not like your loud, brash masculinity that so many people like to claim nowadays. This is like the name itself. Gentleman. Fragrance number 5, I need a great formal fragrance for a suit and tie event for the spring and summertime, but this can actually be casual as well. Carven Low Intense. This one here is a great green aromatic scent with a lot of mint. The mint in this is energizing. There's also Italian lemon and grapefruit. There is birch, ginger, cardamom, lavender with some woods. And that woods is going to be, of course, the birch and the cedar. But overall, just a green, woody, energizing fragrance. It's formal, but it's casual. Suit and tie, I don't want to say it's overly like tuxedo-esque, but this is a perfect suit and tie fragrance and like a preppy sort of casual. Next fragrance is a great spring and summer scent. Has a little bit of a playful nuance, but at the same time, I do think that you can rock this with a suit and tie. It's more casual than anything, but Chanel Allure Homme Sport. This is a great scent. And it's an older one as well, because I think it came out in 04. But this fragrance has a lot of citruses of orange and blood orange. There's a lot of aldehydes, some neroli, some vanilla, white musk, that tonka bean, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of vetiver. I would say that this fragrance is more like citrusy aldehydes and like marine. Then it would be like tonka vanillic with some like woods towards the base, with maybe a little bit of musk. Fresh, a little sweet, like semi-sweet, but fresh, a little clean, but just great for the spring and summertime. Let's smell it. Oh yeah. It has a little bit of an energizing feel. This will definitely leave that pep to your step in the summertime when it's really hot. But this is a great work scent. It's a good school fragrance. For a school fragrance, it's going to be a lot more expensive though, because it's Chanel. Chanel, you're paying for the name, but as well there is quality to it, because Chanel does not put out bad fragrances at all, but really a lot of the times it's all about the name. In performance, you're gonna get about 5 to 6 hours tops. Next fragrance came out in 1998 and they're still selling this retail. I believe it's the brand's top seller of all time, and I get it, but this fragrance, oof. Some people are gonna say go with the intense, but I love the original, Boss Bottled itself from Hugo Boss. Out of all my fragrances, this is the biggest dent of all my bottles. This fragrance itself is very fruity with a lot of apple and plum. It's also got cinnamon, it's got mahogany, vanilla, sandalwood, a little bit of citruses in the opening with some cedar as well, with carnation, which I don't get. For me, just apple and plum, vanilla, cinnamon, and sandalwood with maybe a little bit of mahogany. Spring, like early spring, not when it gets too hot, but as well like fall and autumn. Just a great overall fragrance, and I could totally understand if this is their #1 seller. It's pretty versatile. It's great for school, it's good for work, and it's also like a pretty classy fragrance as well, where you can rock this with a suit and tie. Longevity, no more than 7 hours. For this type of video, I need a good musky fragrance. A musky but classy fragrance. And that's what Bulgari Man Rain Essence is. This is a perfect spring and summer scent that has a lot of musk, a lot of green tea with some white lotus. You do get that floral touch, a little bit of orange in the opening with Gaiac wood and amber, which I don't get. It's pretty much just a musky green tea floral scent with a little bit of citrus and a little bit of woods. The smell itself kind of reminds me of when after it rains on like that wet concrete or cement. That it has a little bit of that, but think of like some muskiness with a little bit of florals. That, I love this fragrance. The issue with this one here is that it's not very long lasting on a lot of people. I get about 6 to 7 hours tops, you know, more like 6 hours. Some people only get like 3 to 4. But for me, it's just, there's this musky but fresh cleanliness to it. That's what I really like. This is a casual scent, but at the same time, it's actually pretty formal. Like I would say semi-formal, not like tuxedo-esque, but most certainly suit and tie. Fragrance number 9, unfortunately, this one has been discontinued, but I have to have it in this list because I will always have it in my arsenal. I love the smell. It's a perfect colder season scent. Super manly, but very classy. Roberto Cavalli Uomo Deep Desire. The price tag that this once went for, 30, 40 bucks. I just looked it up to see if it's still available. I saw it for $445 on eBay. That's insane for a designer scent. I don't know why that the brand discontinued it. It's a great scent. What I love about this one here is the spices, the woods. There's a lot of saffron and a lot of cinnamon, but the woods themselves is cedar and cashmere wood. There's also tuberose, which I don't get, but just overall woods and spices. Maybe in the air, there's a little bit of a cleanly white floral, but on my skin, it ain't. Super masculine, but very gently. Like, I'm talking like black tee, leather jacket, all the way to a tuxedo. And this is also long lasting, like 9-10 hours. And last but not least, I've put this one in a lot of lists as of late because it's just so good. Valentino Uomo 2021. Unfortunately, the original 2014 has been discontinued. The original, this is Valentino Uomo Intense. This one apparently has been discontinued as well. So the original had the smooth neck around, it's just the circular. Now both have this studded around the bottles. I think all of their fragrances are like this as well now. If you get this online, both fragrances are gonna have the studs around the neck. This one here is just, the original, fantastic. This one, just as good. There is lemon and bergamot in the opening. There is vetiver, but you're gonna get iris. The iris itself is what makes this fantastic. It's waxy, it's powdery. The base has like pepper and cardamom, but I feel like you get that in the mid, and you also get the iris, which is a mid note in the base itself. And as well, I feel like I get a little bit of a vanillic and a chocolatey cacao sort of feel. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like it's like maybe like an unlisted note. Uomo means man or gentleman in Italian. This is not a very masculine fragrance at all. This is a gentleman's fragrance, a modern day gentleman. Manners maketh man type of guy. This is fall, autumn, and winter. Super versatile, like preppy fashion, all the way to a tuxedo. And guys, that is 10 designers that I would keep for life right now. It's really hard to just narrow it down to 10. Really, I probably have like 30, in all honesty, that I would keep. But how I'm feeling, these are definitely what I would keep. Most certainly, this one and this one, without question. Just because they are harder to come by, along with this one and this one. This one, again, has been making so many videos as of late when it comes to my channel. Any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be in the description box below. If you like this type of video, please show YouTube and the algorithms that you like this type of content. What videos to watch next? Well, because that this is a list, why don't you check out right here. So, I thank you for my time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.